Hello, Meoni here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at housing items. All of the housing items I've not looked at so far, this time from Cosmic Exploration, the final part, which is Oxessia. Now, obviously, there are some items you can get just straight up with Cosmo credits. For example, you could go over to Misondonique and purchase on the other tab the Oxessian Waylight and the Oxessian Waygate. That will cost you 3,000 Cosmo credits. And then, of course, you could go to the Cosmic Fortunes minigame and you could have a chance to get the Cosmic Partition, Cosmic Steps, and Cosmic Metal Shelf. There are also two other items, which we'll get to in a moment, that are locked behind several achievements. Firstly, then, the Outdoors area items, which includes that Waygate and the Waylight. So this is what the Waylight looks like first. This is a dyeable item, and so is the Waygate. You might have seen these as you walk around in Oxessia. They're pretty cool, honestly. They've got that sort of stripy metallic thing going on there. We've got ourselves a light fitting at the top there, which is this big bulb, which has this interesting sort of ridged effect on there. Very cool, very much what you would see on the highways. It is a shame that we didn't get the Oxessian highway, just like a strip of it. It would be really cool to have like a bit of a strip of the highway or something, or road pattern. I think that's something we would like to see in the future. And we've also got the Waygate as well, which obviously would look quite good next to it. So we've got everything but the actual highway itself. The Waygate is actually enormous, and if you follow the storyline, you'll learn that these are just for telling you what ahead is congested in terms of the road, which I found quite entertaining in the storyline. For furnishing colors, of course, we've got that single dye palette, and the Waygate can be dyed quite well, actually. There are only some sections that are not dyeable, including this sort of wicker wooden pattern around there. It's very cool, isn't it? The mix between wood and metals, kind of matching the persona of what they did on Oxessia, matching technology with nature, with all of those trees. I think that looks really cool. It's a unique aesthetic, and of course, that's nice solid dyes, so whatever you wanted to go for, something bright or something basic, yeah, could match quite nicely, couldn't it? And then for the Waylight as well, unsurprisingly, it's the actual frame section. So we've got a wooden lamppost, which again is, you know, tied with the nature stuff, so we're not looking at overly metal things here. And yeah, the bulb itself doesn't change color either. And if you wait long enough, then you'll see that when the lights come on, we have the lit sort of section of the Waygate, which is really nice. You can really see all of those little sort of symbols going up there, that text. And we've also got the lights on there. So that's really nice. I might end up using that, actually. Might try to make something a little bit more futuristic. And the Waylight's nice as well. Very soft light. There are some displays of light, as you can see, like blue refractions of light. But it is very subtle indeed. So you might want to get a couple of these and put them either side of a pathway and then have the Waygate. Yeah, very cool stuff. But I do think that we need more outdoors related cosmic stuff. I don't think there was quite enough to make the highway, unfortunately. But it looks really cool at night, doesn't it? Really cool. So these three items as well, quite common. You might have seen these quite a lot. We've got ourselves the Cosmic Steps then. This always seems to pop up when I'm trying to do my Cosmic Fortunes. I've seen so many of these, and yeah, basically they're little stepping stools. Nice sort of rigid effect to them, and they do actually work as stepping stones, which is, you know, unsurprising, but that is quite a common item that you might see. Another one is the Cosmic Metal Shelf. Of course, this is a fully functional shelf where you can place things in here. Quite nice, actually, quite tall. If you're looking for an industrial shelf, perhaps you're making like a garage area or some kind of, I don't know, high-tech section. It's definitely that utilitarian metal frame. Very cool stuff, actually. Kind of like a work shelf. So if we wanted to, we could put some crystals or something, but depending on the height of the item, it might clip through some of the shelving. So you might want to, you know, play around with that, or maybe cover up the item above with something else. But it is fully functional on all of these shelves, including the very top as well, which is really cool. So I just thought I'd demonstrate that. And then finally, we have the Cosmic Partition, which looks like this. And you might have seen this in some of the habitation units. Effectively, we've got those sort of yellowy orange strips going across, and then you've got the frame itself, and then its little stands as well. Very, very basic, very simple stuff, but sometimes you want basic things that look realistic, and I have to say that the actual like filing cabinet-esque shelving unit is probably the best bit in my opinion from those. The main metal is going to be the bit that changes. As you can see on the frame there of the shelving unit, brighter colors are probably going to be my cup of tea, but you can go crazy to match to what you like. And of course, the only bit that isn't changing color there is the cross brace as well as the frame. But yeah, that's probably to be expected. When it comes to Cosmic Partition, we've got pretty much the same story going on here as well, with that middle section not changing color. But of course, it's the frame itself. Very limited amount of dye ability on that. It would have been nice to see, double dyes in the future. Perhaps they can update, and then we could, change other sections of things. And then for the step stool, it is literally just the, the main metal itself, but not the grip section, as you would imagine. So pretty cool stuff, honestly. There are two other items of which I've sort of talked about before, but one of which you can get by getting 500,000 mastery points, tool mastery points in every single class. So all of the crafters and gatherers. Tool mastery points aren't actually that hard to farm. They're pretty easy. They're a lot easier than any of the other points thing that we were doing previously. And if you do grind out 500,000 points on everything, then of course you get the Oxessian Tower replica. We've looked at this, I think, very briefly before, but this is very cool. If you followed the storyline, you'll know exactly what this is. And yeah, it's all right. It's a tabletop item, which means you can place it on top of tables and things like that. Yeah, it's all right, I guess. Is it the best reward for 500,000 points? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. But outside of there being another mount, I suppose it's better that we get something. And then finally, there is one other item. And if you complete Oxessia as a server, which unfortunately mine has not yet on EU, but I went over to Cactuar. And if you complete all of the quests afterwards, you get a minion, which I won't talk about, but you also get a housing item as a reward, which is the Galactic Way miniature, which is a made-to-scale model of a Galactic Way starship. And this is something I've been wanting since our first time on the moon. Like, that is so cool to have a model of the spaceship. You might have seen these in the habitation units. Oh, it's so cool. It reminds me of Lego or something. Part of me makes me want to try and find parts and recreate this. Looks like something you could very easily make a kit bash of. It's nice, isn't it? Very, very cool. But yeah, it's going to be a while before my server catches up, I think. But it looks really, really nice. Really, really nice. But yeah, those are the items pretty much added in 7.51 Cosmic. It took me a while to sort of figure out where a lot of that was from, but now that people have caught up with the Cosmic exploration, it's all becoming quite clear. Yeah, it's not been the worst content ever added to the game, but it's certainly something I think that can be learnt from and can be made better. Anyway, let me know if you've got any of these housing items, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.